Who doesn't want to win a 1 crore lottery? But winning a lottery even without buying the ticket for it? Too good to be true, right? This is an article I read last week, and I realized if such a large hardware tech giant itself can get hacked, तो हम किस खेत की मूली हैं यार? Though this concept of lottery scam, which is otherwise called the Nigerian lottery scam because of its origin, is quite old, there are still a few people who fall prey to this even today. Hackers and security companies have always been playing the cat and mouse game, each trying to outwit the other. All of us today are in a connected world through our devices, and hence all of us are vulnerable to cyber attacks, whether you're an individual, a small organization, or even a giant like Intel. So let's first understand the various forms of these infections. Malwares can perform a variety of functions, including stealing, encrypting, or even deleting sensitive data. They can also alter or hijack your core computing functions and also monitor users' computer activity without even their permissions. Viruses primarily infect computers by altering other computer programs, rendering them and your data useless. Worms are an extension of virus which basically can self-replicate themselves and hence spread throughout not only the infected system but also other systems through any form of data exchange or communication on the network, email, or data copying, etc. Now let's look at the Trojans. The name is derived from the historical Trojan horses, or you could say the Hathi ke Dant. They masquerade as a software application, but they are actually a malicious program unleashing the moment the innocent user tries installing these softwares. Let's now look at the ransomware, which in today's context is the most popular one. And obviously this is the most destructive and disruptive type of malware. These basically encrypt the data on your system, and the developer demands a ransom to decrypt or release your data. The payment demand is typically in bitcoins or cryptocurrency to ensure that the money trail is not traceable. I'm sure a lot of you will remember WannaCry. This was the ransomware which created the highest amount of havoc all across the world. The name says it all. It literally brought the world onto its feet. The WannaCry ransomware attack hit around 230,000 computers globally. As the ransomware spread beyond Europe, computer systems in apparently 150 countries were crippled. The estimated loss because of WannaCry is supposed to be in the vicinity of $4 billion globally. Unlike viruses or ransomwares, a spyware is not intended to spread, but is very focused either on an individual or an organization itself. As the name suggests, spyware is intended to spy through the device. That is, it typically tracks all your activities and your data and report it back to the developer of the spyware. They also invade your privacy by capturing screenshots or videos through your device's web camera. Even the likes of Mark Zuckerberg or the FBI director feel vulnerable, which is why they normally paste a black tape on the laptop's webcam and also similarly prevent voice recording. This has been such a concern for most of the people that the new laptops come with a web camera which has a shutter, so which you can physically prevent any recording from happening. So let's now understand how these viruses or malwares enter your system. There are multiple ways that they can infect your system. So let's look at them one by one. The most common form of deceiving a user is either sending you an email which has it could either come with an attachment or a link, which then leads you to a malicious website, and they acquire confidential information of yours like your username, password, etc. for storage and misuse on a later date. We often look at various tools to improve our efficiency, like there are these file compression softwares or these video editing or video compression applications that are available. A lot of times when you download these applications, there is also a virus that comes into your system along with them and then infects your system. We often find charging points in public places, which we tend to use, and this has led to a new concept called juice jacking. Here what happens is the charging cable also serves as a data cable, and hence it is a conduit to siphon off confidential information from your phone while you're not even aware and you're just assuming that your phone is being charged. Also, using public Wi-Fi can unintentionally give access to a lot of unscrupulous people entering into your system. The hackers have smartened over the years and are finding new and innovative ways of how they can trick you into either clicking on the link or opening attachments. So let's look at the various forms and how they try to con you. The first way is called phishing. Phishing is a concept where hackers impersonate a real company to obtain your login credentials. You may sometimes receive an email asking you to even verify your account details with a link that eventually takes you to an imposter login screen, and obviously all that information is then misused. I personally get a lot of mails regularly either saying that I need to revalidate my domain registration, or I sometimes get a mail asking me to urgently revalidate my email credentials because my account is going to get suspended. So they always create a sense of urgency so that people don't apply their mind or don't have the think to apply their mind before they click on the link. And once it's done, you're already into their web. One step beyond phishing is now called spear phishing. Spear phishing is more sophisticated in the sense that it includes customized information that makes the attacker seem more like a legitimate source. They go to the extent that they even use your name, your phone number, and also refer to your company name in the email just to trick you into thinking that you are connected to that person, making you more likely to click on the link or the attachment that they provide. The attachments that they normally send are either in a zip or a RAR or more of compressed formats, and the moment you click on them, it kind of unfolds the malware. We've also seen cases where the infections are even hidden in PDF attachments. The next form is called whaling. Whaling is a very popular ploy aimed at getting you to transfer money or send sensitive information to an attacker via an email by impersonating a real company executive. Using a fake domain that appears similar to your company's, they look exactly like your normal emails which has been sent by a high level official in your organization, typically the CEO or the CFO, and then they ask you to mail back sensitive information which could include usernames and passwords. Early in 2016, the social media app Snapchat itself fell victim to a whaling attack when a high-ranking employee was emailed by a cyber criminal impersonating the CEO and was fooled into revealing the entire employee payroll information. While there is no 100% foolproof way to prevent these attacks from happening, there are some quick fixes or some remedies by which we can avoid them. So let's look at them. It's very important to ensure that all your software applications and antiviruses are always updated with the latest patches, because hackers normally exploit vulnerabilities found in these software applications, which are then fixed in the latest patches. Also ensure that you have a good antivirus and all softwares are genuine and legal, because a lot of viruses actually come in through pirated softwares or illegal softwares. There are multiple types of antiviruses that are available, Like you have the basic antivirus, you have an internet security pack, then you have a total security, etc. So choose the one that suits your usage the best, but be sure that you do have an antivirus which you're paying for. In the last few months, we've been seeing what happens when you get access to free stuff, right? The second one to avoid this is the admin login. It's always better to provide the users with a separate login and withhold the admin login credentials. By this, you can prevent further applications from being installed. Visit only websites which are secure in nature. Secure websites will normally come with a //https : and then the website domain name. And they will also have a lock beside the website URL. It's always prudent to install a firewall which monitors your network periphery and hence prevents any malicious mails from entering your network itself. In today's context of work from home, this firewall obviously has to get extended to cover your home users as well. Your network is as strong as the weakest device. And in today's context, the weakest device is your mobile phones. This is primarily because one is we rarely tend to load any antivirus on our mobile phones, and at the same time, since it's our personal device, we install a lot of applications which are utility oriented, like your bill payment, or it could be your shopping apps, your delivery apps, or ordering stuff that you want for your home, and we don't even check how secure these apps are. So once you are connected to your office network through your phones, this could be the initiator of the spread of your viruses. To end, the most critical part of preventing any such cyber attack to your organization is education. And it's not just enough to educate the tech savvy people because they are anyway quite conversant with the ways. It's also important to educate the blue collar staff or anyone who has an email ID or has an access to your network, because that single device could be the root cause to spread the malware across all your networks. Would love to hear from you as to how your organization tackles these kind of cyber attacks. If you need any help, you know whom to reach out to.